Good morning, lovelies. Actually, very early morning, lovelies. ZoëTwoDots here with some Pokemon Go goodness for you. And today, more news. We have got a brand new feature dropping very soon in Pokemon Go called Go Snapshot. And Go Snapshot is a new, we've all been waiting for this. You know how many times I said in videos like, oh, you know, like AR Playground and all that's coming soon. Like, I'm sure it's gonna come soon this year. This is it. And it's being called Go Snapshot. It is a new AR photography tool, it's a new AR photography mode in Pokemon Go. So let's get into it. I was very lucky to actually try out this feature in San Francisco when we went to go meet with Niantic. It is phenomenal. It is stunning. It is polished. It is clean. I love the hell out of this feature, and I'm so glad that it is now going to be coming very soon to us all AR photographers. And those of you who don't do AR photography, now is your chance to do it without any fears. So the main feature of this new photo mode is that you can take photos of any Pokemon, anytime, anywhere, full stop. Full stop. Just go into Pokemon storage, pick the Pokemon you want to photograph, bing, bang, boom, there you go. Go and photograph that Pokemon. Like, what? Hello? People have been asking for this feature for so long, and after having the hands-on go of it, I can see why it took so long, because the models, like the 3D models for these Pokemon, for like the shadows and everything is fantastic. The placements are fantastic. I'm glad that they took the time to make this how it is, because it is, I'm excited. So from now on, go forth, catch those shiny Pokemon first and photograph them later. No need to fear if something's going to despawn or anything like that. Catch it first. Once it's in your bag, happy to go. You can photograph it whenever, wherever. And no more need to stack up research quests, like research rewards and things like that. I'm notorious, I've done this for so long, stacking up research quests. Been like, when am I going to see a Chansey again in the wild? Stacking up Chanseys, Aerodactyls, things that you just don't see that often in the wild in my research. Like my Meltan is still sitting unclaimed because for Meltan boxes, you know, they're not around long enough to take AR photos of, but the one that's in my research quest, you know, can't despawn, blah blah. That doesn't matter, I can just catch that bad boy. I can photograph Meltan whenever I want once this feature comes out. One of the main things about this feature that I am so excited for as well is that all of these Pokemon that were previously unphotographable, there were so many Pokemon that have never had an AR photo of them. All of the babies, like Togepi, Munchlax, like any of the, you know, 7-kilometer egg babies, or, you know, previously just regular egg babies that only come from eggs, you can't photograph them, you can't catch them in the wild. We can now take pictures of these. Certain evolutions like Umbreon and Espeon that have, I don't think, ever spawned in the wild, we only saw a few AR photos of those when they were available in raids. Things like Ninjask or Melodic that have, you know, that haven't appeared in the wild, they've only been evolved. Any of the Sinnoh evolution Pokemon, things like Licky, Honchkrow, Frostlass, they've never appeared in the wild. We can now photograph them. Mythicals like Melmetal, again, doesn't appear in the wild, you have to evolve one, take pictures of it. Even Mew and Celebi, that when they came out, we only had basic AR to take photos of them with anyway. It wasn't even AR plus, you had to take the photos in AR regular, which just is full stop a lower photo quality as well. We can take new photos of those guys, like HD, like the beautiful AR plus quality. Even Pokemon that just don't spawn that frequently in the wild, like Charizard or Dragonite. There you go. Whenever you want, you can bust out those bad boys and take some photos. One of like the best features for this as well, and if you're a current AR photographer, you'll know just how frustrating it is to sometimes get Pokemon in that perfect position. And if you've seen some of, like, you know, the Supreme AR photos, you're like, how the heck did you get that in that spot? Seriously. This new feature eliminates a lot of that frustration and the placement. We have a lot more control over where we can place the Pokemon, how the Pokemon is facing us, and how we can kind of like move around that Pokemon. So when you enter the Go Snapshot mode, you'll see these like little yellow speedy prints all over the ground, and pretty much wherever you tap on those footprints, that is where the Pokemon will spawn. Again, if you're familiar with AR photography, if you tap on, you know, the little green grass shrub, that's not where they spawn. They will jump out far further back from that. Whereas in this mode, where the feet are is where they're going to be. And the great thing about these little yellow feet is that they acknowledge, you know, visual hierarchy or like elevation. So they will acknowledge the ground and then the surface of a chair as being elevated, but also being like a surface that you can put the Pokemon on top of. So if you want Skitty to sit on top of that chair, you just have the little yellow feet that are on top of the chair. You don't have to walk back a couple of steps and go, oh, maybe this green tuft of grass, and try and get it to jump back onto the chair. You tap those yellow feet and it's on the chair. There are other little mechanics for getting the Pokemon to face you. So say if you've decided, I don't like it that it's facing me in this direction, I want to walk around, you know, the side of it. I've changed my mind, I want it to face me now that I'm on its side. You can brush the Pokemon up and down and it will turn to face you wherever you are now. Additionally, if you tap the Pokemon, they will give a secondary animation or a reaction or emotion to that. So maybe Snorlax might yawn, or Togepi might give you a little happy face when you tap on that Pokemon, which adds an extra element of, you know, engagement with that Pokemon and emotion, and just kind of setting the story in whatever you're taking the photograph of. Another massive part of this feature that I want to call out, and it was the first thing that I noticed, like honestly, and it might vary from person to person, but I'd spend a lot of time in AR photos, and the first thing that I noticed was the shadows. Pokemon no longer have just a straight up blob circle shadow. They have their own form as a shadow, as though it was, you know, a human or an animal. They have their wings, their arms, their tails, all have realistic and detailed shadows. It makes it so much more realistic that this Pokemon is really in this space, because the shadows are so accurate to the shape of that Pokemon. It's insane. One thing I want you guys to do when this feature comes out as well is to look at Charizard, and look at Charizard's shadow specifically in Go Snapshot. That absolutely blew my mind. Like the level of detail and the things that they took into consideration as well for the membrane of a, you know, big flying lizard's wings. Photos are gonna be out of control with this feature, seriously. It's phenomenal. And yes, I'm sure you guys will be pleased to know as well, when I did get to have the hands-on go at this this feature, I did photograph Togepi, my beautiful son, my little egg baby, my child. That was just like, honestly, I was so happy. I was like trying to get every angle I could. I was like down on my tummy, like taking pictures of Togepi, getting people to take photos of me with the Togepi, of course. Like just something we haven't been able to photograph ever before in the game. It was really exciting to see firsthand, and just how crisp and realistic it looked, and I'm excited for you guys to get your hands on it too. I'm excited to get my hands on it too, like proper, to just have total, you know, total hours to play with this. It's gonna be incredible. I'm really genuinely excited for, you know, the potential for everyone's creativity to just be absolutely unlocked with this feature. If you can take any Pokemon anywhere, anytime you want, the themings that you could do, like taking Torkoal to a volcano, or just the endless possibilities for themed Pokemon photo shoots. I'm excited. We'll talk about this new photography feature and more as we get closer to the release as well. And once it's released as well, I'm going to be going hardcore into showing you guys all of the features, all of the aspects of this, and things to keep your eye out for, how to take AR photos. And this kind of explains why my tutorial on how to take AR photos has been delayed for so long. It's because of this feature. Don't forget as well, guys, if you want to get your current AR photos featured in the weekly ZTD news, several people get featured every single week, and we've actually started doing a weekly theme, and this week's theme is still running on with Lunar New Year. So any of the Lunar New Year Pokemon, or perhaps one of your favorite Pokemon photographed in the context or the setting of a Lunar New Year celebration, or something associated with Lunar New Year. So Instagram, use the hashtag ZTD news for the chance to get featured. Bonus points if you are using the theme too. Let me know in the comments down below though, what is going to be the first Pokemon, the number one, like you've just been waiting so long to photograph this thing. What is going to be the first Pokemon that you photograph? And if you could photograph it like wherever your heart desires, realistically, where you can where is accessible for you, where are you going to take that Pokemon? Have you just been waiting so long to take Milotic to the rock pools or the ocean baths? Or are you like me, just wanting to have a photo of you just with your little Togepi? Where would you take your Pokemon, and which one is it going to be? With that being said, guys, I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful morning, noon, night, whatever time it is for you, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Bye.